Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Jambakam yajamahe sugandhim pushtivardanam urvarukamiva bandhanan. Sahanavavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviyam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityo Ma Mrutangamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Good evening. Today's my topic is knowledge is strength. Knowledge is strength. So you please see page number 49. All the strength and succor you want is within yourselves. Therefore, make your own future. Let the dead past bury its dead. The infinite future is before you. And you must always remember that each word, thought, and deed lays up a store for you, and that as the bad thoughts and bad works are ready to spring upon you like tigers, so also there is the inspiring hope that the good thoughts and good deeds are ready with the power of 100,000 angels to defend you always and forever. Swami is saying here, don't get discouraged, don't get disillusioned, don't get disheartened when you are overpowered with negative thoughts or failures in life. Just as these negative thoughts and failures are trying to bring you down, like a tiger, they want to pounce upon you, want to frighten you. At the same time, good thoughts, positive vibrations are also ready to defend you with the strength of 100 angels, 100,000 angels. 100,000 is 1 lakh. So 1 lakh angels are ready to defend you all the time. Don't forget those angels. Vivekananda himself, one person is like 100,000 angels. He himself, one person is like 100,000 angels. His thought is so powerful. Knowledge is strength, knowledge is power. You are here to learn the language. By reading books, you acquire knowledge and also language. And also to read books, you need language. Okay. To enter into ideas, to grasp the ideas, you need language. And in the process of grasping ideas, you acquire language. Two advantages, two benefits happen simultaneously. When you apply yourself to reading, one is you learn language and also you pick up knowledge and ideas. There is no other way. Both the things you gain. Okay. Knowledge is strength. What knowledge? What kind of knowledge? Spiritual knowledge. Knowledge about our true being. Knowledge about our true nature. This is called, in the Vedanta, they talk about Paravidya and Aparavidya. What is Aparavidya? Everything that you study in our schools and colleges, including scriptural reading, is Aparavidya. Scriptural reading is also Aparavidya. Even if you have by hearted Bhagavad Gita, you only have Aparavidya. What is Paravidya? That by which immortality can be attained. People like Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, he had not read any scriptures. Only 2 words in English he knew. 2 words. Okay? Only 2 words in English he knew. But you just see producer Vivekananda, and Vivekananda would say about his master, he can make 1,000 Vivekanandas with a little clod of earth. ఒక మట్టి ముద్ద నుంచి ఒక 1000 మంది వివేకానందను తయారు చేయగలడు అంటాడు వివేకానంద. ఆయన గురువు గురించి చెప్తూ, ఆయన ఎప్పుడు స్కూల్ పోలే, చదువుకోలే. He didn't go to school, he didn't learn anything. He did not know any English also except 2 words. Thank you, he would say. But that is also not, he would not pronounce it properly. Stammering would come. Thank you, something like that he would mutter. Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. So, but he had the knowledge, highest knowledge. What is that knowledge? Spiritual knowledge. How did he gain that? Through surrender, and through meditation, and through prayer, intense prayer. Is that right? So, the truth is within us. Only thing is we need to know. We need to have full awareness about our true nature. We always think that we are just the physical body and the mind. We have this mistaken belief, mistaken notion that when you say I mean the physical body, I mean the mind, but you are not the mind and you are not the body. There is something else behind these two. But the mistake that we do is the gross, the external, okay, the sensory that comes into our experience immediately. Mind, little subtle thought, it doesn't come into our experience that easily. Only when we are troubled, we become aware of the mind. When we become stressful, we become aware of the mind. When there is anxiety, then we become aware of the mind. But when you are joyful, you are not aware of the mind, right? The presence of the mind we recognize, okay, only when it becomes a source of trouble. When you are a joyful, generally you don't notice mind also. You notice only the physical body. Behind these two, body and the mind, there is something which is very subtle, sukshma. Sukshmatvat tadavijneyam. Because of the subtlety, it is difficult to know that. But it is there. It is hidden. For example, narrow we can't see. Okay, that clearly. The subtler the thing becomes, the powerful, the more powerful it becomes. Similarly, thought we cannot see, but we know that it is there. The thought is more powerful than the gross physical body. The mind is more powerful than the physical body. And behind the mind is consciousness, is soul, is Chaitanya, which is still subtle and very powerful. And if that comes into our experience, you become immortal, you become God yourself. Swami Vivekananda used to tell a story. We all have been hypnotized into thinking that we are just the physical bodies and mind. This has become a kind of habit with us. To tell this story, there was a lioness. The lioness was pregnant. So one day it was in search of its food. It saw a flock of sheep. It saw a flock of sheep. So because sheep is its food, it just ran behind the sheep. The sheep ran helter-skelter. And this lioness jumped on a sheep. In the process, it injured itself. And then it delivered the cub and passed away, died. The lioness died. And now the cub it delivered. And all the sheep, they gathered together and they saw this cub. What to do with this cub? Now it has become motherless. So this cub also joined the flock of sheep. As the sheep grazed, and this cub also started grazing. But what else it can do? Because no milk is available, because mother is not there. Slowly, it learned to digest the grass and started bleating like the lambs. Okay. So it grew in the midst of the flock of sheep. But after all, it was born a lion cub and it grew into a full-fledged lion now. So it was moving in the flock and it was eating grass all the time, bleating like a lamb. Instead of roaring, it would always bleat like a lamb, a sheep. One day, another lion happened to see this lion in the midst of the flock of sheep. The new lion got surprised. How come there's a lion in the midst of a flock of sheep? Sleep is not sheep. This sheep is not afraid of this lion. This lion is moving in the flock. That's so this new lion so became curious to know and he wanted to ask, why are you there in the midst of a sheep? You're eating grass. It's a kind of surprise. So this new lion wanted to find out the truth and then it chased the flock of sheep. Sheep ran away and it caught hold of this sheep lion that was growing in the midst of the flock of sheep. And it asked them, you're a lion, you're supposed to eat meat, but you're eating grass. You're a lion, you're supposed to roar, but you are bleating like a lamb. What is this? So the sheep lion told the new lion, no, 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 I'm only a sheep. I was born a sheep, I've grown up a sheep, and I'm eating grass because that is my food. I only know how to bleat, I don't know how to roar. It still told the new lion. And the new lion told, no, 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 you are a lion. You are a lion, you are not sheep. But the sheep lion told, no, 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 I'm only a sheep. I only know how to bleat. So this new lion now took the sheep lion to a nearby pond and showed it its reflection. You just see how I look, how you look. You just see, we both look alike. I have a mane and you have a mane. I roar like this and you also ought to roar. And then it pushed a piece of meat into its mouth. This is your food. Grass is not your food. So it pushed a piece of meat into, and the sheep lion now for the first time tasted meat. And then it started roaring like the new lion. This is how our condition is. We all actually think that we are the body and mind and bleat like lamb. A person, a real lion like Vivekananda will come in our midst and say that you are not sheep, you are immortal, you are eternal, you are not the body, you are not the mind. You are the all powerful spirit, you are all powerful Chaitanya. But we don't listen. No, no, I'm only body, I'm only sheep, we say. But again they say, time and again the prophets, messages of God, they come in our midst and tell us that you are not the body, you are not the mind of human being. You are not ordinary, you are made in the image of God, you are eternal, you are immortal. All powerful soul is within you. What fear for you? You are immortal. Because you have wrongly identified with the body and mind, you feel weak. Sufferings of the body and sufferings of the mind you take upon yourself. But you are neither the body nor the mind. You reject these two lower, the higher will manifest. Higher will find expression. Higher will come into your experience. So from today onwards, like mantra, what you have to do? I am not the body, I am not the mind. What are you then? That will come in your experience. Okay, you reject this, the other thing will happen. Thank you. Nice evening.